Yes. It's recording time.
It's no secret that Tana Mongeau has been considered a problematic creator for a pretty long time now, but it's not like she hasn't been slipping up recently, so let's just get right into it. First, we're just gonna start off that she's continuously been partying throughout the entire duration of this whole pandemic. I feel like she might have taken a little bit too much inspiration from her ex-husband, Jake Paul. California is among the states here in the US that are experiencing all-time highs. There's a massive spike in new cases daily. And what do the influencers do? Absolutely nothing. Or well, not all of them. These specific influencers are not taking this into consideration at all before they go out partying. And why are you so upset at these influencers going out to these parties? They're just teenagers and young adults, dude. Well, they're influencers. They're also influencing millions of other Americans and other people around the world to go out and ignore all of these stay-at-home orders and just go, let's just go around to parties. Suddenly the viewers of these influencers are going to be thinking, oh, it's completely fine to cram yourself like a sardine into these mansion parties. What? No one's being tested at the door and you're shoulder to shoulder with them in the house? This isn't gonna end well. Like, this is gonna get bad. This is gonna be problematic for the future. But recently, OG YouTuber and influencer Tyler Oakley, the same guy who was canceled for being a landlord, he went to Twitter to call out some of these influencers for going to these parties. On the 22nd of July, he tweeted out, "Hi, James Charles, Nikita Dragon, Tana Mongeau, Larry XO." Is it Larry? Is that just a fancy way of saying Larry? Or is it Larry?
I feel like it's Larry. It looks like Larry.
Oh, Larry, Charlie D'Amalio and Dixie D'Amalio, and any others who have been partying in large groups, please consider social distancing, mask wearing, and using your huge platforms to encourage responsibility during a worldwide pandemic. And he's quote tweeting a past tweet of his where he said, "If your favorite influencers are at huge house parties during a pandemic and are dumb enough to post it on social media, they're bad influences. Unfollow them." Honestly, that's a tweet I can fully support. But Tyler hasn't been the only person who wanted to call out all these influencers. All of the viewers have been bombarding these influencers with messages and pleas, begging them to just set a good example. The first major instance of this is when the viewers were made aware of none other than Jake Paul's massive party. Surprise, surprise, the king of being problematic has found yet another way to annoy people. On a recent video, Jake Paul decided to give the most sarcastic, half apology ever. Like, it's an absolute joke to him, beside no one else than Tana Mongeau.
Daddy in scandals.
I haven't been in a scandal. I've been in a false accusation.
I've been in your false accusation with you. It was like Tana Mongeau and Jake Paul swing from heavy machinery.
We didn't swing from any machinery.
We told the stupid host to get off.
We did. Liability. This is a liability. Stop this now. I've changed. I've gone through a lot of hardships and I've done a lot of growth as a 23-year-old, and I'm so sorry for anyone that I've offended. And this is a growing process for me, and I'm just learning and making mistakes as I go. I just want to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, if you didn't say yikes out loud while watching that, congratulations. People are like passing away from this, and Jake Paul's like, haha, yeah, we throw parties every day, bro. Haha, yeah. Woo. Jake Paul, baby. The only Ohio boy I stan is him.
Yes, he is from Ohio, so he is really the only Ohio boy we acknowledge.
Then there was another massive party thrown to celebrate the influencer Reyes' birthday, which is very ironic because only months ago he tweeted out this: "The fact that there is a virus going around and some of y'all are really going out risking your health to go to a party with people you don't even like is so stupid, but I'm bored, send me the Addy next time."
Well, is it really ironic? I mean, in the end, he kind of like...
Yeah, I mean, he got the Addy and obviously hosted the party. Oh my god. People really just don't have the self-control to like not go and party for a couple months. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. It's not fun at all. But we're not from not doing it. Some of y'all are actually from doing it. I'm convinced that LA is just loaded with a bunch of sociopaths who just absolutely do not care about the human race at all.
All of these influencers are going to parties and not caring about the pandemic because they're like, well, if anything happens, at least I can make a vlog about it.
And this party, I guess, was a pretty big deal because a whole bunch of influencers were there. And of course, this absolute rager of a party was thrown at no other place than the Hype House. Oh, and I'm pretty sure this is the party that actually caused Tyler Oakley to post the tweet in the first place. So here's what none other than Tana Mongeau posted on her story that night.
Why are you like fully sweating?
Because I was dancing. I was dancing. I was like,
wow, there's so much social distancing going on in this shot. It's insane. You can clearly see that they're all wearing masks and they're all 6 feet apart, absolutely not within arm's length. And if you couldn't tell, everything I just said was sarcasm. And apparently, in fact, there was so many people that went there, even the Hollywood Fix pulled up. It's a TikTok house. Of course the Hollywood Fix is there. They're probably on the guest list. Let's be real.
Oh, you the Hollywood Fix? Yeah, you can get in. Come on. You on the list.
It's not like the Hollywood Fix hasn't been inside that house before.
I like how that Hollywood Fix guy is like basically on the verge of becoming a Hype House member.
No, literally. The Hype House's newest member is going to become the Hollywood Fix. They posted footage of the line that was coming all the way out from the door just to get in, and it was quite the line. No social distancing whatsoever in sight. There was so many people in this house that they had to come out of the house to say the party was at capacity.
Hey, what about Michael? Michael's the guy.
Oh, Michael, that's the love of my life.
Man.
Michael's the love of my life.
Well, that's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear. Well, looks like you guys are having a good
Hey, the Canadian guy, Canadian Josh's friend, hey, I want to box you next.
Canadian Josh's friend?
I think that's his name, right?
Oh, man. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, man, I guess they're at capacity or something.
On the list. Oh, we're capacity. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, have a good night.
So I guess the paparazzi was filming a very drunk Connor Yates, where we find out indeed, the party was at capacity. Guys, we're going to be stuck inside forever if we keep up with this. There's no sight of a normal life at all in the near future if you guys continue to act like this. Please stop going to parties with hundreds of people. If you guys absolute have to party, can you guys do it with like less than 10 people? That would be great, you know, for humanity's sake.
Yeah, because there will be no Hype House. It'll be Hype FEMA Camp.
Y'all, Hype FEMA Camp. Bro, the Hype House is gonna turn into the Hype Hospital real quick if you guys don't stop partying in there. But back to our problematic queen, Tana. The latest awful post she made was, of course, at a party again. She posted this elegant video with Erica Costell, where they basically just say, they don't care.
Listen, we don't care. Sorry.
The way LA rots your brain is very clear in this video. I swear, these influencers might as well just be living on a different planet. Social norms and behaviors just so different from how they act to how normal people act. Like, I can't even anymore. What do you guys think about all of these parties in LA going on in full swing while our pandemic is in full effect? Let me know in the comments down below. But after looking at this clip again, they might, instead of saying they don't care about the pandemic, they might have been saying we don't care about the beef they had with each other, you know, considering they're both exes of Jake Paul. But it definitely comes off as they don't care about the pandemic because they're there partying together anyway. But this video is not quite finished yet because we have one last thing to take a look at. This situation where it seems like Tana just scammed a bunch of her fans. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of the site Depop. It's essentially grailed for normal people, and if that didn't explain it well enough, it's basically like eBay, but all the clothes look like they came from Urban Outfitters. So basically just a trendy clothing marketplace where you can buy and sell clothes. I've noticed that many influencers actually have stores on Depop, meaning they sell some clothes they either wore on Instagram once and want to get rid of, or I don't know, anything really. But of course, Tana Mongeau has a Depop account of her own, and the way I found out about this is actually because of the person behind the camera. Hannah, you searched up Tana on Depop, right?
Yeah. When I clicked on her account, I just saw that it had like not amazing reviews.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to read them just out of curiosity, and they were pretty bad.
And that's when you came running over to me with them, and I was like, what is going on here?
I wasn't even expecting, I wasn't trying to find something bad either. I was just curious what she had on her shop.
So after I took a look at the reviews, I was like, this is messed up. So let's just take a look at some of her Depop reviews here, because it's kind of obvious that she's been scamming her fans. On purpose or not on purpose, I don't know. Most likely it's not on purpose. Most likely she just completely forgot about it. But if you have a Depop store and you sell something, you have the responsibility to make sure the person that bought something actually gets the item they bought. You know, that's how exchange works. They give you money for you to give them the clothes, but if they just give you money and you don't give them the clothes, that's a donation. That's not an exchange. They were assuming they were going to exchange with you. I'm sure you would get a bunch of donations if you asked for donations, Tana. Making a Depop is not a way to get donations. That's just ripping off your fan base. So let's just take a quick look at some of these reviews. Callie wrote, never received my bodysuit and it's been 5+ weeks. Get your together because this is unprofessional and bad for your brand, boo. Distress Closet wrote, never got my dress, made a complaint and got my money back the same day, so she can't ship out items 3+ weeks, but can give you a refund within 1 day. Makes no sense, really. Wanted that dress too. No respect for Tana. Okay, most likely, Tana didn't refund you. Most likely Depop realized, oh, this person's not sending out the clothes. So Depop didn't want backlash, so Depop gave you a free refund. Candelia wrote, still hasn't shipped, it's been 5 weeks. Jordan wrote, I love Tana a lot, but I ordered this on the 1st of March and contacted her 2 times before her shop went inactive. I was not contacted about my purchase at all before she shut her shop though. I get a global pandemic picked up in, but I would have at least loved an explanation. I'm super sad and I never received this item. Nev Shop wrote, never received my item and I paid. Isabel wrote, never received this item and never got tracking. It's been a year, still no package.
A year?
Tana, a year? Hearts wrote, I still haven't received it and it's been more than 2 weeks. Okay, that's actually the best one here, technically.
Yeah.
Wow. Never received my item and was in contact with seller about receiving a refund and never actually got a response or refund. And this was spring of last year. Very upset about it, but still a fan. Okay, I mean, you're very lucky, Tana. Aaron wrote, I don't know if I should be annoyed or laugh about this, but the shirt I received has a dried up marinara or something on the front of it. I mean, at least she received her item. It wasn't how it was described, but at least she got her item. So first off, there's clearly some bad experiences with the Tana Mongeau Depop store. I would go as far to say is that they've literally been scammed. But just so people know as well, there are a bunch of good reviews where people are actually saying they got their stuff on time. But I was shocked at the sheer volume of people who just haven't received what they paid for. Really brought me back to the good old days of TanaCon.
How long has it been since we tried to get our Soulja Boy PlayStation?
I got a scam from Soulja Boy. All I wanted to do was make a video unboxing all of my Soulja Boy stuff. But instead, I paid $500 and I never got anything.
It's been like a year and a half.
It's been a year and a half. I think it's too late to contact PayPal for a refund anyway. So I mean, like, I just got scammed by Soulja Boy. Honestly, I just realized, Tana Mongeau, don't you make stories out of nothing? If you were in the position of one of your fans here, you would make an outraged story about how you never got your item or how your item somehow got marinara sauce on it. Let's be real here. Regardless, this video could be summed up with Tana Mongeau is problematic in so many different ways. But hey, what do you guys think of all this? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here, I welcome you to my channel. It'll be awesome if you subscribed. And if you haven't seen my last video, feel free to click on one of them here now. Peace.
Got me like I'm barely sober. Slip right past like I barely know ya. Whip so fast like I whip Daytona. Got a bitch so bad and she gripped my shoulder. Life flips so fast like a roller coaster. Shit not sweet like a cherry soda. Kid bone switch like a new persona. Fucked up, wouldn't do shit over. Move past looking at the upside. Late night and she called me.